Refined.
You guys are all going to hell for everything you're saying right now.
Where'd the love go? Our Bachelorette roundtable goes off the rails from broken wrists to broken dreams to a soft rock superstar.
Richard Marx just does something. Can you believe they don't know who Richard Marx is?
Then,
by the way, I like your shirt a lot. It's like so cool.
You get Best Actress?
I sit down with the director and star of the award-winning new coming-of-age comedy, 8th Grade. Plus,
And your wife's never been up in this room.
I have never seen this before.
Oh, here she comes.
pools, ponds, and secret passageways. We get a VIP tour of a waterfront estate that will blow your mind.
Seattle Refined starts now!
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. Well, lust and loathing are in the air for tonight's episode of ABC's The Bachelorette. And let's face it, the drama meter is already at 10 following a week of booze, bloodshed, and bizarre model behavior.
This episode was electric. It had really everything that I was looking for in a peak Bachelorette episode. It had some physical competition, it had some relationship drama, and it had multiple injuries. Before we get there, I feel like we've got to start with kind of the early drama, and that was Colton, who we come to find out had previously dated Tia.
And of course, in true Bachelorette fashion, the minute he brings up Tia's name, let's bring Tia out here. So Tia now shows up on an episode of The Bachelorette.
I question if Colton truly signed up for this because he thought Tia might be the Bachelorette.
Do you think he was hoping it was you?
I mean, possibly,
Because I feel like
yeah.
that was, I mean,
As a friend, you don't say that. You say, no, he's here 100% for you.
I felt like as soon as Colton walked through the door, there was immediate chemistry between Tia and him.
They kind of just moved past all that drama pretty quickly. He even got a rose on the group date.
So next up is a one-on-one with Chris.
What is going on?
Talk about the one-on-one date of anybody's dreams. Richard Marx is just playing the piano when you walk in. Are you kidding me? Richard Marx?
Wait, I can't tell whether you're kidding or not.
I'm totally not kidding.
Oh my God.
You guys,
Who's Richard Marx?
can you believe they don't know who Richard Marx is?
I can tell you this. They had to tell Becca and Chris who Richard Marx was because they had no idea.
I'll be right here waiting.
Chris knows it.
The best part of the whole date was when Becca and Chris started singing the song and Richard Marx just went like this. Nice. And it was just, you could tell he was just like, oh, I would rather be anywhere than right here.
He just dropped the mic.
So then we have next up another group date, and this one is they're playing football, the football date.
And you're playing touch football, there's like a lot of running around. Clay was clearly very good, but also he didn't take over the game, which is really what I was looking for from a guy who's legitimately caught touchdowns in the NFL. And then he goes and breaks his wrist.
I wasn't a fan of him until this episode, which was upsetting because then at the end of the episode, he leaves because he needs to get extensive surgery on his wrist and he can't, he can't give up his career, nor should he for a girl he's known for 5 minutes.
I think that breaking his wrist was the best thing that ever happened to Clay on this season. I think he has the sex appeal of a rock.
I feel like he'll be on Bachelor in Paradise for sure.
So next thing we have to talk about is Jordan, who is like the villain of the season. So the model Jordan. And so there's a point during the group date when he's on his group date that there gets into some discussion about him having 4,000 Tinder matches, and he's bragging about it.
I'm telling you, I wasn't on it every day. But I mean, honestly, you had to be on it a certain amount of time.
Yeah, no,
because 4,000 matches means you swipe on at least 4,000 people.
So David obviously feels it's his duty to tell Becca when they have some alone time about the 4,000 Tinder matches that Jordan's talking about. So Becca does one of the coolest things and walks out and does a really awesome burn.
Hey, Jordan.
What's up?
4,000 matches?
Oh, that's not.
High five, bud. That's a good
No,
streak.
I'm not high.
Come on.
Really? Okay, yeah, thanks.
Burn, and Jordan is not happy.
Good for you, David. That's a bitch move. You're a bitch.
David was just poking the bear.
What's the look that I'm getting from you right now? Ooh, that's the pensive one.
It's funny you think I'm a joke. I'm a Wilhelmina model. I don't think you know what that means.
David has taken on the role. Every season there's one. He's this year's Dragon Slayer.
Our poor little friend David, who, you know, in all the promos we see, a flashing ambulance and blood everywhere, and it kind of leads us to believe someone's been in a fight. No, no one's been in a fight.
David is who got hurt. Busted nose, busted face.
Oh my God, who did that?
He fell out of bed.
One of the other guys saw his face and said he looked like he'd been attacked by a bear.
If you're gonna fall out of a bunk bed, just like, you know yourself, know your limits, and just take the bottom bunk. So there's so much drama going on this episode that we didn't actually get to a rose ceremony, so that hopefully happens tonight. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens next.
ABC's The Bachelorette kicks off tonight at 8 right here on Como 4.
Do you think you have what it takes to find love on The Bachelor? Well, you're in luck. The Bachelor casting call is coming to Seattle this week.
Join us this Thursday at Pacific Place for the 2018 Bachelor Open Casting Call. Come down and meet the producers and audition for the show, or just come down to enjoy a cocktail and people watch. Registration begins at 3 p.m. To download an application or learn more, log on to seattlerefined.com/bachelor.
If tonight's episode of The Bachelorette doesn't get you in the mood for love, stick around right after for the proposal.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Jesse Palmer, and I can guarantee that by the end of tonight, there will be a proposal.
Former Bachelor contestant Jesse Palmer hosts the new reality dating show. Here's how it works. Every week on The Proposal, 10 eligible daters compete in pageant-style contests to try and win the heart of a mystery man or woman. At the end of the hour, the last man or woman standing meets the mysterious object of their affection. But will they pop the question? Find out when The Proposal airs tonight at 10, right here on Como 4.
From the small screen to the silver screen, one of the most talked about films from the recent Seattle International Film Festival is the hilariously awkward 8th Grade.
I don't talk a lot at school, but if people talk to me and stuff, they'd find out that I'm like really funny and cool and talkative.
The movie tells the story of Kayla, a young girl getting ready to graduate from 8th grade, experiencing all the awkward moments of that difficult age. The film won the CIF Audience Awards for Best Film and Best Actress. I got a chance to sit down with star Elsie Fisher and writer-director Bo Burnham.
Man, you talk about a whirlwind trip up here. You come to CIF, and how about the movie gets Best Movie, you get Best Actress?
Very cool.
Isn't that cool?
Very chill, yes.
You gotta love Seattle then, right?
I know, yeah, we're very happy, yeah. This is a Seattle movie. It was set in Seattle, it isn't, but now it's a Seattle movie.
Right.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what you did. You directed it, first time directing a big feature like this. How'd that go for you?
It was great. I mean, I just wanted to collaborate with people and get out of my own head. I did stand-up for a long time, and stand-up you have to kind of only look to yourself for inspiration. And at a certain point, that well runs very dry. So it was good to just work with other people and spread the work around, and then claim it as my own.
Most quiet, Kayla Day.
By the way, I like your shirt a lot. It's like so cool. What?
Every scene hit home, especially if you've gone through 8th grade like I did.
Yeah, I think life is awkward too. You know, like if I think if adults are honest with themselves, there's a lot of awkwardness just in everyday situations. I think 8th graders might own it more. But yeah, that was the hope, not to sort of to show the age as it is and as it actually feels, which is very weird and strange and intense, and just try to make a movie that's not looking back at that time as something small and cute, but looking from within that time as it is, which is intense. It registers as very important and intense to her. So we want to make a movie that feels the way she feels.
So why 8th grade? Why middle school and not high school?
For me, it just felt like we've been there, and like there's been a lot of movies that have explored that time, and to me, nowadays when kids get to high school, they're kind of like blasé and over it, and this sort of big realizations and coming of age stuff is actually happening younger. And I always felt like middle school is the actual battleground where stuff is really crazy and you really are very much a kid and sort of becoming a young adult. So it's chaotic. It's way funnier to me too. Like the way middle schoolers are is just so insane and
so weird.
And like the boys are this tall and the girls are this tall.
Now, are you treated differently in high school now? Do people know who you are and what you're doing?
It's like for like 2 minutes, people were like, yeah, Elsie, cool. And then the next day, like, getting pushed over at P.
Good, keep her honest.
Yeah, keep me grounded.
Hey, thanks, guys, appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you got it.
8th grade graduates to theaters everywhere next month. Seattle Refined is just getting started. Locals show some skin to celebrate the arrival of the solstice. Plus,
So let's talk a little bit about this home. I mean, it really is spectacular here.
from pools to secret passageways, Refined gets an exclusive look inside one of the most unique waterfront homes imaginable.
Another.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Garth Swanson. It's a question we don't get to ask very often, but here goes. What kind of island person are you? Are you a Whidbey Island person or a Camino?
Both Northwest locales enjoy unique and distinctive features that make them special. But which one suits you better? Are you into bustling town squares or quiet walks, beach bungalows or glamping? Log on to refined.com and decide once and for all, are you a Whidbey or a Camino?
One thing both islands have are amazing waterfront views. In fact, one of the reasons so many people visit the Northwest and never leave is the captivating beauty of the water.
All week, our sponsor, Windermere Real Estate, is taking us inside some of the area's most jaw-dropping waterfront dream homes. We begin with a stunner on Lake Sammamish that had me ready to take the plunge. Lakefront living doesn't get any sweeter than this. Nestled on the shores of Lake Sammamish sits a truly one-of-a-kind property, a mixture of modern luxury and Northwest charm.
So let's talk a little bit about this home. I mean, it really is spectacular here.
Well, it is. I mean, and it's more than the home. I mean, it really is the grounds. It's the setting. It's the water features, the indoor-outdoor pool that really make it special.
Realtor Carl Linder calls it a once-in-a-career property. Situated on about an acre of completely level land, this home features 177 feet of waterfront, a sand beach, indoor-outdoor pool, lush gardens, koi pond, even a natural stream.
So when you come to a house like this, and if you buy a house like this, you don't really have to go anywhere. You got it all right here.
It's resort living. I mean, honestly, and the water has a way of calming you. And I think that's why a lot of people, whether it's a pool, whether it's a water feature, or in this case, you get all three, it has a very cooling, relaxing, therapeutic response.
Craig and Dana Kinzer designed this home themselves, a labor of love 16 years in the making.
There was a lot of love put into this house, right? Frankly, I thought about every square inch of this house as we were designing it, making sure that it was very efficient, usable, fun. I'm very proud of the house, and I really love it. But what I would love more is for somebody to buy it and use it like we have over the last 10 years.
The Kinzers raised their 6 children here. With over 10,000 square feet of heated living space, there's plenty of room for a big active family. And a warmth and comfortability rarely found in properties of this size. It feels lived in. It feels like home. A home with some unique surprises.
What are these features you have, these secret features? What's up with that?
Yeah, so we have a couple things around here. I think one of my favorite is the secret passageway up to the roof deck.
But it's not one secret passageway here. How many do you have?
Oh, maybe 20.
20?
Yeah.
Wow.
For instance, the wine cellar has three ways to get in or out, but no doors to it.
Really?
Really.
You got to show me that. Wow. Look at this.
Down the hidden spiral staircase, a spacious wine cellar. At the top, a hidden oasis right in the middle of the home.
Wow. Look at it up here. This is awesome. I mean, look how far you can see down the lake here.
It's nice. It's really nice.
All right, let's go find another secret passage.
All right.
In all, there's more than 2,400 square feet of secret spaces and storage, including the garage. Back outside, there's still more to see on these gorgeous grounds.
I wanted this to feel just like when I'm hiking out in the woods here up in the Northwest. And so it's just a natural stream, and we just threw a bunch of rocks and wood and came up with this idyllic setting.
This is Craig's favorite spot on the property. It was buried during the construction of I-90, and he worked directly with the state to bring it back to life.
What haven't we done yet today?
We have not used the deep pool.
That's right. Let's go do it.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Want to see more? The Washington Waterfront Home Tour, sponsored by Windermere Real Estate, is this Saturday and Sunday. To learn more, log on to our website. Coming up on Refined, we get schooled on ramen.
I have yet to come into a ramen place and actually order food because this intimidates me. Where do you start?
And Seattleites show off their crazy streak for Solstice.
Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. You know, when you think of fine dining, Renton may not be the first place that comes to mind, but that's where our Refined managing editor swears she had the best ribeye steak of her life.
Refined's Britt Thorson just posted her review of a little gem called Waters Table, located on the southernmost tip of Lake Washington. It's located inside the Hyatt Regency Lake Washington. Britt doesn't just hand out compliments willy-nilly, and she says this place blew her away. Check out the full review on our website. I can't wait to try it out. And if you're heading north of the border, our Refined roving photographer Cy Bean discovered a whale of a sushi spot that's no fishtail. Minami in Vancouver's Yaletown neighborhood specializes in a unique dining experience called a buri, where the top of the sushi roll is seared with a torch. Check out Cy's mouth-watering gallery on our website.
Another Japanese dish, ramen, is all the rage these days, but let's face it, sometimes the menu at your neighborhood ramen restaurant can be a little bit confusing and downright intimidating. We sent out our Refined resident noodle novice, Carrie Brandenburg, to get a lesson in Ramen 101.
I don't know about you, but when I hear the word ramen, I think of this stuff. But with dozens of ramen restaurants in Seattle, like Arashi in Ballard, I knew there had to be more to this ramen thing than a brick of noodles and a packet of seasoning.
The R5. It's a pork belly ramen, a lot of tenderness, a lot of saltiness. We get it spicy.
If you're feeling adventurous, you can get some sweet corn in there.
These guys obviously know what they're doing, but I had no clue what to order. That's why I turned to Ricky, the ramen guru at Arashi.
You open this menu, there are 10 different kinds of ramen. It's intimidating. I have yet to come into a ramen place and actually order food because this intimidates me. Where do you start?
I will start on the basic.
Okay.
The first one, our shio.
Ramen 101. It all starts with the broth. Shio is a beginner-friendly pork-based broth. It gets its creamy color from 16 hours of prep time. A soft-boiled egg, bean sprouts, and melt-in-your-mouth pork belly are the standard toppings.
How is it?
They're so good. It's like creamy, but
16 hours soup, yeah, that's why I make it
pork
creamy.
and water.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
How different with the top ramen?
It's much better than top ramen. Yes, I've changed my ways. I promise. It's so good.
Once I felt more confident in the ramen game, it was time to expand my horizons.
This black garlic ramen, what's the deal with that?
It's very good because we make our own black garlic oil from the house.
Is it spicy?
No spicy.
Not spicy,
mild,
just flavorful.
Yeah.
With any ramen bowl, you can choose from 3 levels of spiciness and 2 kinds of noodles. Insider tip.
Like spicy, go with a thick noodle, more flavor, you have more texture.
From there, the possibilities are endless.
Well, thank you, Ricky, so much for schooling me on the education of ramen. I feel much better about myself.
That's good.
I feel like I could walk in and actually know what I'm talking about.
Good. Next time when we have a question, let me know. Okay?
I will.
Always
I will.
here.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Do you have a favorite ramen restaurant we need to check out? Drop us a line at hello@seattlerefined.com.
Get your taste buds ready for the ultimate summer get-together.
The Taste of Tacoma kicks off Friday at Point Defiance Park. The annual celebration runs through the weekend, featuring more than 40 restaurants and vendors. Whether you come for the food, the live music, or just to chill in the beer garden, there is definitely something for everyone. Best of all, it's free. For more information, check out tasteoftacoma.com. Seattle Refined will be right back.
Finally, for this edition of Refined, we have Groundhog Day to help us figure out when spring will arrive. And here in Seattle, summer cannot happen until the naked bike riders appear at the annual Fremont Solstice Parade. Well, it happened over the weekend, and we leave you today with some of our favorite photos from the day. We'll see you next time right back here on Seattle Refined.